What's going on, YouTube? We're back at it for another video, and today we've got 3 items you don't want to miss for that early game boost that you possibly need, especially when it comes to going into the garbage zone. Now, we've got 3 items here, 2 weapons and 1 set of armor. They're going to really set you up nicely, especially for this zone and going forward into the game, giving you the boost that you need. Now, starting out first, it's going to be a whole lot easier if you already have the slag heap unlocked, but if you've just walked in, don't worry, you can go to all 3 of these locations and grab these items without any worries. You'll just need to do a little bit of searching when it comes down to finding the location itself and just looking at this map and trying to cross-reference with your own map as to where to go. But for the first location from the slag heap, we're going to be going east and over into this compound over to the left of it. A little bit of a burnt ruins in front of it with a little bit of a warehouse in the back, but specifically we're going for this little building right here. But let's jump straight into it from the front gate, walking on in. Now, once you've made it to the front gate, you'll notice you got the number 5 sign over here, and we'll just be walking in over on this left side. It's much easier if you go through this route, as the other side will have a large number of anomalies, such as these little fire geyser things. I will say, you will be able to get an artifact over there, so if you would like to go pick that up, you can just start running over there, but do be careful, it can be quite the flaming experience over there. We will also have another one of those anomalies on this pipe over here, so do be careful of that. But we'll go underneath the pipe, go over to this left building, and we'll find ourselves at a location that will have a little bit of a bandit's hideout. So if you want some items down here, you can grab things out of there, but it's nothing too special down there. What we'll need to do is get up on top of this stone structure, jump over to these pipes, and start heading over along these pipes till we've made it over to the building just in front of us. Now do watch out for that over there. But the first item that we're going to grab up is the Guardian of Freedom suit. Now this is going to be quite a substantial increase to your armor protection, giving you a little bit more of that physical protection, good bit of that radiation protection, and across the board, all of the different protections for the different elements we'll be dealing with. And that will go along with your helmet as well, so it'll be a substantial upgrade for anybody that's just crossed over into the actual garbage zone. And when it comes down to our second item, we'll be zooming out a little bit and then heading up a little bit north of the slag heap and over to the left. We'll zoom in over here as you'll notice what looks like a little bit of an underpass, and I do have an icon for a stash over here. This is from a side quest that I had played previous to this, but you do not need to complete this side quest in order to gain access to the stash. You can just walk over here at any time, but let's head on over now. Now, you'll know you're at the right location if you've got some down power lines over here, or power line structures. And you'll find this little underpass underneath here. There'll be a couple of bodies over here that you can loot that do have some items on them, but in general, these are not the ones that we'll actually be looking for. We'll be coming back here to this little backpack back here, and we'll find ourselves a nice little MP5 with a 40-round drum mag on it. Now, this is the only one that I've found with a 40-round drum mag. I don't know whether or not we'll be getting better items like this in the future, but this isn't something that is a weapon attachment. This is completely integrated into this item, and if you upgrade this one, it can be a pretty mighty force. But after you grab that item, you will end up facing off with one of those bloodsuckers, so do be careful. Now, the third item we're going to be looking for is going to be west of this location. It's actually going to end up being all the way over here at this little concrete structure. What looks like a little bit of a parking lot in a way, almost like a miniature Walmart. Over here on the right with a large pond on it, you'll notice we're quite west of the slag heap. But just here, on the very corner at the very bottom of this long cement structure, is where we're going to find our next weapon. But let's head on over there now. Now, once you've made it over here, you'll notice that we have what seems like a little bit of a bridge on top that we can walk on top of, but we're going to be going down underneath it. Now, do be careful. There are quite a few of these electrical anomalies down over here, so we'll need to avoid those as best that we can. We'll be able to walk over here, and just behind this truck, we're going to find ourselves at a little hole in the wall. And we'll be able to go up underneath this cement construct. Seems like a mouthful right there. But inside of this little vault... Oh, God. We'll go into this little cement over here, and, well, as soon as you do end up opening the vault inside of here, you will end up having another one of those invisible blood-sucking enemies to deal with. But over here on our right, we will actually be getting a Vector. May not be the perfect weapon, but it's going to be something that can end up being quite the enjoyable weapon to use. Especially with how fast that rate of fire is. You just can't go wrong with that. That's going to be the end of the video right there. I thought I'd just make a little quick guide for some of those people early on going into the garbage zone. A couple of items you can just run over and grab before you start some of those main quests or going along those side quests, and just grabbing up things that are going to help you along the way. I'll be doing this as I go through each one of the zones, and I will have guides coming for some of the missions as well, as I know some of them can be a little bit confusing or hard to find. So if you need some help with that, we're going to have plenty of those video guides coming in the future on some of those missions that are a bit more tricky, as well as some that will include certain items that if you don't actually grab it while you're going through the mission, you may end up missing it, or possibly some of those that you can go back and grab, even if you did just kind of rush through, didn't really look over things, or it seemed a little bit too dangerous, so you didn't stick around too long just to pick some of those key items that are actually going to benefit you in the long run. But by all means, leave any comments down below if there's any one of those missions or any questions in general about the game. I'll be sure to try and answer as many as possible. But we're going to be deep diving into this game already 24 hours in, and I can already see myself going for a few hundred with this one and having a good time with it. But let me know how you're feeling down in the comments below. Have you found any of these, and as well as possibly anything that I possibly missed from the garbage zone? Leave that down in the comments below. I'll pin some of those if it can help other people with certain items to be found. With that being said, if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to see some of this content live, hit that link down in the description below. Follow me over at Twitch. And on that note, have a good one.